Hey, what's going on, guys? I got another video for you today, and it's going to be a little bit different. Now, mostly on this channel, we focus on anime and manga, but today we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart, something that I used to play a lot as a kid, and in recent times, I sort of picked it up again and have really gotten enthralled with it, and that being the game Twisted Metal. Now, 2 years ago, I produced a video about Twisted Metal Season 1, and that's really what rekindled my love for the game again. I talked to a guy at work, and he sort of mentioned it to me, and I'm like, oh, really? Because I didn't think anyone actually played this game anymore or even cared about it. And I was like, oh, hey, that's really cool that they're coming out with a season. Let me check that out. And it just kind of sparked that interest for me again. And just absolutely love it. Hard-ass game to play, though. Man, if you ever go back to those games, they are freaking brutal, man. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Twisted Metal 2 and Black particularly are just forget about it. But anyway, the reason that I wanted to make this specific video today is to talk about Season 2. I've been watching it over the past couple of weeks, and it just finally finished, and wow, what a finish, guys. What a season. Season 1 was really good. It caught me completely off guard. When we saw the previews for it, I was like, I don't know, this looks kind of corny. It looks like it's not going to do too well. And holy cow, was the quality up there. And Season 2 just took it up to another level. Another 3 levels at least. The references, the comedy, the car combat, everything was on point with this season. I'm not going to get too much into the specifics in terms of the plot points or anything like that. What I want to talk about is just my general feelings about the show itself. Now, the 3 hallmarks of Twisted Metal in my mind are 1, the car combat, 2, the dark, gritty atmosphere, and then 3, the comedy, the slapsticky kind of meta humor. And it just accelerated on all 3 levels. Now, let's talk about the comedy itself. There's so many different scenes where it's in any other movie, I would say, oh, I don't know if I like that too much. That's a little bit too on the nose. It's a little bit too out there. But with the Twisted Metal atmosphere, it actually works incredibly well. There was one scene in particular where, they're getting ready for a dance in the school. And, I forget his name. There's Mike and Stu, but Mike is with another driver at that point. I forget the other driver's name, but they dress up in this blue and kind of creamsicle tuxedos. Now, these tuxedos are very reminiscent of the guys from Dumb and Dumber. And what's kind of funny about this is actually a reference to Twisted Metal 3 and 4. I was watching an interview by Jim Buck in which he mentions that the producers of those games, that was their favorite movie back in the day, and a lot of the comedy elements was sort of based off of that. So they were kind of going for a similar vibe. Michael Jonathan Smith, the guy who created and is the showrunner for the seasons, is just doing an absolutely phenomenal job. You could tell that this guy is a mega fan. I watched a couple interviews with him, and I'm just oh, this guy gets it. He's not only played the games, he's lived it and he's breathed it. I mean, every episode is just layered with context clues and various references to the games, whether that be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Twisted Metal Black or 2012. This guy knows the shows. He knows everything about these games, and it's just it's so refreshing because if you had someone in there that just kind of was getting secondhand experience or was just hired someone for consulting reasons, it wouldn't have that same level of passion or that same level of quality to the show. This guy absolutely gets it, and it's just absolutely amazing. For example, the school in the show is called a Jaffe Campbell. Well, David Jaffe co-created the series, and Scott Campbell was a producer on many of the games. It's just absolutely brilliant, guys. And the way the characters act throughout the show, look, Twisted Metal is a game that predicated itself on a simple premise. A car combat tournament, and you get a wish at the end. There's a little bit of a story, but not much. But the fact that he was able to take these characters from such little information and able to convey them in the show and make it feel so authentic and true to the character themselves is nothing short of brilliance. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. Now, in terms of the car combat, that's the huge selling point for this season. Like, they had some of it in season 1, particularly at the end, but it was very limited. And I'm guessing it was probably due to budgetary constraints, which makes a lot of sense. You know, season 1 is kind of your proving ground. But with season 2 coming out, you know, we kind of expected, you know, as Twisted Metal fans, like, hey, they're going to ramp things up. And oh my God, did they ever ramp things up? Like, every single stage in this tournament just feels so great, so exciting. Like the first stage where they got Rob Zombie playing and they're racing to the next checkpoint. Oh, like it was in the preview. Like I remember watching that preview like 20 some odd times, and it still was brilliant. Like oh my God, like the practical effects and the fact that they were able to CGI in Axel and just do all these cool effects with the missiles and like the satellite shooting down when they lost 3 lives. Like, oh God, guys, this was just like, they nailed everything about this. Like, it's so fantastic. And then when they got to the lightning round, I mean, like, that was one of the best episodes for me. Like, one of the hallmarks of the Twisted Metal series is you got this lightning ability. You know, you grab this lightning bolt and you press it, and, like, it just completely causes absolute devastation. And that's what the lightning did in the show as well. And just, like, the backdrop of it all, too, where it was in the night and you have this colorful lightning and, like, oh my God, and like the way that Shadow had that ability where she could like harness the lightning itself and then shoot it into like a laser focused beam, a laser beam. Oh God, guys, like Jesus, like they just, so many great things to talk about this show. It just like, I could gush about it for hours and hours on end. And then things get absolutely explosive when they get to the final stage. Now, the final stage kind of reminds me of Twisted Metal 1, where, like, you're in an arena and a bunch of people are watching, which is a really cool callback. And then, you know, the fact that, like, Shadow, who, that actress just absolutely killed it this season. Like, I just love, like, how she portrayed that character, and I feel like it was just on point and just like, oh, man, just so scary at the same time. The fact that she uses a shield, oh, like, obvious reference to the Twisted Metal games. I think John Doe used like a homing missile at one point. Like he shot a missile, it went past someone, and then it like turned around and then it came back and hit them. You know, Sweet Tooth has got the napalm. The one thing I will say though is that I was slightly disappointed with Mr. Grimm because like, as far as I could tell, he was only using, like, machine guns. He was also using his scythe to, like, repel missiles and stuff like that. But, like, in the Twisted Metal franchise, usually he's got, like, this supernatural skeleton that he shoots at people. And in Black, I think he, like, threw a scythe at people. So, like, I was hoping for maybe, like, some more supernatural, like, powers to his, like, car combat abilities, but like still an amazing character. I love the fight at the end between him and Sweet Tooth. That was really badass. Like, ooh, man. And I love that they combined like car combat elements along with like just natural fighting elements as well. Now, that brings us to a very interesting development, and that being Minion. Now, Minion was a bit of a surprise because I was thinking that Minion was going to come out in like some sort of like huge tank-like vehicle, but no, he comes out in some sort of a Predator-like suit, demonic predator suit, and just starts fighting them. He's almost like the Terminator in a way. He's just like moving super fast. He's shooting missiles. Like it's just absolutely absurd and insane. And yeah, that was a really surprising development that I did not see coming. I knew Minion would show up at some points. Like he had to show up. He's like one of the most iconic bosses in the Twisted Metal franchise. But the way they did it was very interesting. And then, you know, spoiler alert, in case you guys couldn't tell already, I'm spoiling most of the show. It ends up being Krista. It ends up being John Doe's sister, which is like, whoa, like in the first stage, it looked like she died. Which means that maybe Calypso has some sort of ability where he can bring people back to life. Which means, if that is true, that if we get a season 3, which it strongly looks like we are, maybe Axel comes back. maybe Mr. Grimm comes back. Maybe Shadow comes back. That's kind of one of the reoccurring themes in the Twisted Metal franchise, is that like you'll see characters come back, but they're sort of reimagined in a way. Like, for example, Axel comes back as a boss in Twisted Metal 4. He's Super Axel. There's Super Thumper in Twisted Metal 4. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, is that, you know, at the end of the show, it's the main cast, John Doe, Quiet, Mayhem, and Stu. They're kind of outlaws at this point. So they're vigilantes, and Calypso and the rest of the world is out to get them. So I could imagine Calypso bringing some of those characters back to life to chase them down once more, which would be absolutely fascinating. Now that brings us to another interesting point. We've seen a bunch of new characters in Season 2. What new characters are they going to bring for Season 3? I would imagine that Warthog is probably going to show up at some point. I would imagine Thumper is going to show up at some point. I would love to see Augur from Twisted Metal 3. I mean, there's just a plethora of characters that would just be absolutely fantastic to see. We know with the ending sequence with Sweet Tooth that Charlie Kane, i.e. his father, Darktooth, is probably going to make an appearance in Season 3. Now, will we see Sweet Tooth driving Darktooth at some point? Oh boy, that would be absolutely incredible. Like, if they could make some sort of like huge ass ice cream truck, or maybe like a monster truck that says Darktooth on it. Oh, that would be absolutely incredible, guys. Now, one of the things I saw people talking about online, and I thought about this immediately as well, is that Mayhem, you know, the young girl in the show, was possibly Calypso's daughter. Now, the reason that I thought this is because she kind of had a similar appearance and vibe to Grasshopper in Twisted Metal 2. She's a young girl and kind of has a similar sort of hair color and style as well. Like, I think her hair is more blondish, sort of strawberry, but like in Twisted Metal 2, it kind of has like a red hue to it. So I'm like, they could pull this off. Like, it could be like a Krista Sparks in a way. But the one like kind of wrench in that is that they called John Doe's sister Krista. So I was like, oh, what, like, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting little thing. Like, are they kind of throwing us off of the trail with this? Like, what exactly is going on? But I'm still kind of holding out hope that this is going to be Calypso's daughter at some point, and that that's going to play a major factor going forward. Another thing that I really liked was that when Stu won the Twisted Metal contest and he finally got his wish, he's like, hey, I just want to get out of here with my buddy Mike. You know, I just want to go to a safe place. And Calypso sends him to outer space. Now, this is really cool because, like, one of the hallmarks of the Twisted Metal series is that when they make their wish to Calypso, it's sort of a monkey's paw. He twists their wish. So they technically get what they want, but it's not in the way they expected, and it usually ends up screwing them over. And it's paying homage to Twisted Metal 1 and 2, because Outlaw, Carl Roberts in Twisted Metal 1, Jamie Roberts in Twisted Metal 2, wish to get out of the world, and Calypso sends them to outer space. So it's kind of funny that they paid homage to that, and it was really cool. Now, I would imagine that, you know, at the very end, they're going to go up against Calypso. They want to take him down. That's what John Doe said. And they each got to get their own cars now. Now, with Stu not having a car, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's time for him to get Hammerhead, because in Twisted Metal 2, him and Mike were driving this giant monster truck that was called Hammerhead. So I'm like, that's got to be the natural choice for him. I would imagine John Doe's going to stick with Roadkill, and then I'm thinking Mayhem is going to get Grasshopper. Like, if she's actually Calypso's daughter, if she's Krista Sparks in a way, then she's going to get Grasshopper, which, you know, is a vehicle that leaps up in the air and says yeehaw. Oh man, like, just thinking about Season 3 is getting me so hyped up. Like, this Season 2 was so phenomenal, guys. Like, oh, like, just it hit all the right vibes. Like, just, it was dark, it was gritty, it was satirical, it had meta-level humor, it was cringy at times, but cringy in the right ways. Like, the characters all felt right. Like, you know, the characters for Preacher, Axel, Mr. Grimm, Sweet Tooth, Shadow, John Doe, everyone was just on point. Like, I can't think of a single bad character in this show. Like, oh, like, watch this series if you have not already, guys. Like, seriously, it is so freaking good. And if Sony ever wants to remake a Twisted Metal game, like, goddamn, this is the perfect time to do it. Like, it's been 2012 came out 13 years ago. Like, what are you waiting for, Sony? You have 2 successful seasons under your belt. It is time to go for the gold, man. Like, make a new Twisted Metal game, give us season 3, and like, the world will be right again. But yeah, going into season 3, the characters that I really want to see are General Warthog. I want to see Thumper. I want to see Augur. Crimson Fury. I mean, Primeval would be really cool as like a boss character. Oh man, just so many different things they could do. Crazy 8, like, goddamn, guys, like, such a great season. Like I said, I could literally gush about this for hours. Like, I'm probably going to rewatch this relatively soon. I'll especially rewatch it again before season 3 comes out. But yeah, guys, like, just a phenomenal show, and I cannot recommend it enough. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.